how do you assess the Asian education scenario as compared to that in US, in other developed nations in Europe?
Generally, the global report shows that in every nation, immaterial of whether it's the first world nation or the Asian country, there are pockets of innovation. Some schools in certain parts of a country are doing very well, and in some cases, the schools are just not moving on. And there are cases of good practices, but however, the overall view, in summary, the technology has not taken off fully. Having said that, if you look at the Asian countries, Singapore, for example, is already at its third stage of its ICT master plan, whereby they are using technology to generate new knowledge. However, in some other countries, in larger countries, where geographically it's pretty difficult to get things organized, for example, India, we have certain parts of India that is so developed with technology and using the state-of-the-art technology. And if we look at the very rural areas, we have very little technology utilized. And that takes me back to what Professor Sugata Mitra did with the Hole in the Wall project, where he said technology and the underprivileged, they should be the ones to get.
Talk about top 50 words in the university. So most of them are either from UK, US, Australia, and Nanyang University and University of Singapore is just the exception of two of them, which are from Asia. So where are we lacking behind? What are the things which we have to do?
Again, when we talk about top universities of the world, I think ranking is a very subjective thing that we got to consider. Different universities are ranked according to different criteria. So having said that, the two universities, specifically Singaporeans, they're very much into research and innovation. So I think that's where we lack. We are still at that stage of teaching and producing graduates, teaching and producing output. But we're not yet into research, so to speak, and innovation.
Students who are graduating from IITs, IIMs in India are getting absorbed in some of the good research labs in Germany, in Australia, in America. But still, these institutes are not counted in the top 10 or top 15 institutes in the world. So, do you think what are the areas wherein we should improvise so as to compete with the foreign players?
Like what I heard from the discussions that we had since the start of the conference this morning in the morning session that we had, only 0.8% of the entire budget is for research. Only 0.8% of the total number of students that we produce move towards research. So I think we are still lacking in terms of research for innovation. Not until we do research and generate information and share it out there. I think it's a matter of sharing. I think India is so rich with so much to share with the world. Everything is available, but because of the diversity, the huge diversity. So I think, yeah, it's the research component that we need to go out there and show the world. And lots of good people with good brains that do very well out there. Perhaps.
Do you have any kind of collaboration of your university with some of the Indian institutes?
We do have a collaboration. I'm from University Science Malaysia. University Science Malaysia has got collaboration with a few countries. We have collaboration with Bangalore, with a couple of teacher training institutions in Bangalore and in Salem. So we're more on the south, but we're looking forward to something in the north as well, hopefully soon.
How was your overall WES experience so far?
I think it was a fantastic experience, but it would have been wonderful to get more outside opinion to kind of look at the scenario in India on technology and teaching, etc. But I think it has been a fantastic experience.
There are people like you and some people from Kenya, Afghanistan and some other countries who are a part of this event. So what do you think are the areas of improvement?
First and foremost, I think the focus should be on the mass that you have, education for all, to bring down the level of illiteracy. And touching on that, moving one step up would be to bring down the level of digital illiteracy. Yeah. That I reckon, and sustainability issue.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's a pleasure having you here.
My pleasure.